Hello everyone, and welcome back to another hopefully quite quick video from Canal Sidings. This is really a follow-up to the last video where we actually did this, which I think has turned out really quite well. I'm very happy with it. If I could get it that good throughout the track work on North Grove, then I would be happy. It's well stuck. Nothing comes off now, and yep, I'm going to go with exactly what I did there. Okay, what I alluded to last time was the point work. What you're looking at here is one point. The point that goes here, which is the slip, is now missing because I'm going to do the points one at a time. I've marked around all the ends, as you can see here. That's the end of the slip, and I've marked around the end of this point, around the end of this point, and I have marked around the operating mechanisms of the point, as well as now putting drilling hole points where the wires come out. So what I now need to do is ensure that I mark the ends of the operating bar, the tie bar, whatever you like to call it, which are there. And I've marked those with a ballpoint pen because I want a slightly finer line. Having done all that, I can take the point away, and what we're left with are the marks here, 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 where the point actually goes, so I can put it back very easily. And I have here the marks where we want the operating mechanisms to be, and I know that they correspond, just pick this up again, to the outside of all of these bits here, and I don't want any ballast in there or under here really. So what I'm going to do is ensure that I don't get any ballast in those areas or any glue in those areas, but at the same time what I'm going to do is ensure that I have a slot in the cork under here so that I can operate this mechanism on the point. So that's what I'm about to do, get the slots sorted out. I've actually done this one here already, but this one hasn't been done, but I'll show you what I did with this one and you'll be able to then see how it will work for that one. So I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so you can actually see I've done this one. What I've done is I have cut all around there, inside those green lines, so that they will be underneath the point, so they won't show. I've also put my telltale mark here, which has got nothing to do with positioning of the point, but it shows me which way round that piece goes when I put it back in. Yep. This takes a little bit of cutting out, but I've done it already, so I'll just pop that out. And if I zoom in a bit further, you can now see that my hole that I drilled before is actually in the right place. But we're a bit wider on this side than we are on this side. This side's a bit further away from the hole. But that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. And what I've done is I have, if we can get this to focus, I have cut out the piece of cork. And you can see we know which way around it goes because it's got that little green mark on it there. The way I cut that piece of cork out is basically to put it down here, put it down on there, and I use a ruler and another piece, sorry, get my hands in the way, another piece of cork, and I sit the ruler on that piece of cork and on there so that I can cut, and you can press down hard on that now and this piece won't move. Sorry, like that. This hard on there, this piece now won't move. So it does make it relatively easy to cut out, and of course I wouldn't do it on this cork. On here I'll be doing it on a cutting mat. So that's how I actually cut the cork out. And before I do that, all I do is just mark myself a box around the centre line, so that, and I do that simply by putting that back in there and just saying that the centre line is that, sorry, that the box needs to go just past here, and just keep knocking it out of the way. It needs to go just past this edge of the hole and just past this edge of the hole here. And I just cut the box out. What I then need to do is clean that out, which I haven't done yet. We can then drop that back in there. It should go, and we know which way round, because, and I've put it in backwards. Very easy to do, and it won't line up properly. Let's put it in the right way round, so that that line lines up again. Simple but effective. I've got to do the same with this one. You can see all I've done so far is mark the centre line, and then I will cut out again, like I did this one, inside the green lines, so that the point actually sits on the base cork. I will glue this piece back in eventually, and the other thing I need to do is to ensure that I have got that in the right place from the point of view, can I get the operating wire to go down there properly. Now I haven't got a piece of the correct wire here, but I don't really need a piece of the correct wire, because I could use a bit of anything that is about the same thickness. So I'll use a piece of this, which I haven't cut anything off of yet. Just cut a piece off of there. Sorry, not well prepared for that. This is just ordinary wire, a reel of it, and I've cut myself a small piece. And what you need to do is to make sure that if you hold it up straight, that you've got plenty of movement in that direction, so that the servo can work properly, or the point motor operator. Yeah, it's got to be able to move like that. So that's the way it's going to move. A bit like that, only that's very much exaggerated. But I'm holding it up vertically. So we can be happy that that works okay. And the other thing that I will do after I've glued this piece in is I will paint this area inside the green lines again. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the area inside the green lines and that bit up there and this bit down here, I will just paint black. The reason for that is that if the ballast is a bit fine there and the cork is showing through, like if we were to take this piece, let's just drop that down there for a minute. There's what we were playing with earlier. If the ballast was to chip away there, I can't do it, but if it was to, it would look black underneath and not this colour. And because the cork is, because the ballast will be blackened eventually by the fact that diesel locomotives are going to run across it, then a bit of black round the points won't hurt at all. Having done that, and the second one, and indeed all the others, and drilled all the holes, what I can then do is replace the point in the correct place, and know that because I marked the ends of this, perhaps I ought to zoom in a little further. No, because I marked the ends of this moving bar here, like that, I know that the hole in the centre of it is over the slot that I cut, so we know everything's going to work. What I then need to do is glue this down, ballast it, make sure the wires go through the holes. Obviously I'll mask around it first to contain the ballast, because I don't want to use more than I have to. And I shall lay one point at a time. So I shall lay that point, and then I'll have a positive positioning here. That's not in the right place, but I will have positive positioning here for the double slip, so I only have to bother about the other end of the double slip that you can't quite see there. So I just thought I'd follow up that video to show where I'm going with the point work. I won't come back and bore you with any more of the point work. I'll come back after I've actually laid the 3 points, got them ballasted, and perhaps got some track down as well. So probably be a week or so. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.